Are you and I the only ones here?
Yes, so far, and we are live.
Oh, are we? Awesome.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a gorgeous evening, and I hope my internet is going to be nice to me. I already lost the connection a few times, so I'm hoping this time it's going to be a good, solid connection for the whole time. Let me just... All right. Okay, so I am Lisa Clausen, and I'm a Senior Gold Ambassador, and I have Janelle with me here. She is just about a Gold Ambassador. Say hi.
Hello.
Okay. Introduction. So obviously you guys are all Plexus ambassadors. You guys all paid the $34.95, and you guys are all business owners. Isn't that amazing? Today I'm just going to talk about a few things. Would be motivation, belief, mindset, your why, what are your goals, what kind of opportunity this is, and just talk about how, like, what the difference is between like MLM versus going into a department store. So should we get started? Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to talk about motivation a little bit. Motivation is something that everybody needs regardless of what they're doing. If a person doesn't have motivation, it's hard to get through life, right? So motivation with Plexus, once you're in your own business and stuff like that, is really key, right? We as leaders, you're a leader too, we can just talk and encourage and just try to get you all the right info just to kind of motivate you. But in the end, if you are not self-motivated, it doesn't really work to move forward in your business, right? You have to have that self-motivation. And this is where I thought, I was like thinking to myself, how can I motivate my team? How can I motivate my team? So, and Kristen Abert, who is a Diamond Ambassador, she had this post on motivation. And I thought, I'm going to read this. And she was saying how we can encourage you, but you have to be self-motivated. And that was just kind of an aha moment for me, just to think, you know what, that does make a whole lot of sense. Just each person, I can talk till I'm blue in the face. It won't help unless you're self-motivated. So that's what I had a little bit on self-motivation, which leads us into belief. This is huge. Belief is huge. In our products, in our company, in the business model, if you lack belief, you won't be moving forward. It's just, those are the simple facts. If you are lacking belief, and everybody lacks belief at one point or another in this journey, this pink journey called Plexus, belief is huge. And if you are lacking belief, a few things you can do is just go into the Plexus info group, read all those testimonies. Those are real testimonies, everyone. Like that, there's a lot of people that I know on there that have put the testimony on there, and it is just simply amazing. So if you are lacking belief in the products, that is the place to go. If you're lacking belief in yourself, I'm going to be talking about that next, but that is also really a huge key to moving forward in life in general and in your business. Mindset, that's the next one. And this kind of ties into the whole belief. Mindset, you can tell yourself that you can do anything, and you can tell yourself that you can't do it. It's the same thing. Your mind will believe whatever you tell it. So if you are talking to yourself in a negative way all the time, oh, I can't do that. Oh, that's not for me. I'm not good at that. Your mind is actually going to believe that, if you believe it or not. If you tend to think negative thoughts, if you can't do something or if it's not for you, just think to yourself, would you like a really good friend talking to you the same way that you talk to yourself? It's such a huge thing. And I know Sonia does have some amazing videos on this. She basically calls them tapes. Take out the old tapes, put in new tapes, and record them. Positive affirmations. Tell yourself you can do it. Even if you're scared, that's totally okay. Just tell yourself you can do it. That's when we grow, is when we start telling ourselves positive affirmations and motivating ourselves and just changing that mindset.
Oh, so I guess it's me. Lisa's internet must have just cut out. So she was just talking about changing the mindset that you have, just so that you can achieve what we all know that you can. And I know that a lot of people are at different places in their journey. Some of you maybe just got your product. Some of you guys have been taking it for a little while. Remember back when we were talking about, are you a 1 or are you a 2 or are you a 3? Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about. Number ones, we talked about, they've come into the business and they just either want their products for wholesale, or they'd like to figure out how they could possibly earn their product for no cost. Number 2s would be really happy making a couple extra $100 a month. And then number 3s, they really would like to go all the way. So you can ask yourself, if you've never heard this before, ask yourself, what are my goals with this? Do I just want Plexus to make me healthy? And that's totally fine. A lot of us did join just for the wholesale prices. I did myself. I had no intention of ever sharing this with anybody else. And Lisa always laughs at me because I usually make the reference to a toilet paper scenario, right? If you tried the best toilet paper that you'd ever tried in your entire life, would you not want to tell everybody else? And I think that that's the boat that a lot of us find ourselves in, is that we try Plexus, we think that we're never going to share it with anybody else, and then it does something amazing for us. And then people start popping up out of the woodwork, and we realize, oh, you know what? Mary, she could really use that. Or Bill, you know what? He has problems with his blood sugar. I bet that Plexus can help him. And so our goals start to change. Some of us may not. Some of us may stay wholesale ambassadors forever and just get the good prices, and that's awesome. But others may start to move through. We've had a fantastic example of that with Darla Pauls this last week. Darla we're just waiting on the numbers to come up, and she's going to be silver, and she's so excited about that, and so am I. But she started out as a 1. Like, I want to say that she was a 1 2 weeks ago. And she messaged me and she said, Janelle, oh my goodness, I thought I was a 1 this whole time and I'm actually a 3. So things can change really, really fast. And I think that's what Lisa was talking about, is that a lot of times those numbers are there because we lack belief in our own abilities. Like, gee, I would really love to make a couple $100 extra a month. Like, who wouldn't, right? But a lot of us think that we can't do it, that it's impossible. And you know what? That's what Lisa and I and your uplines. We've got Summer, we've got Rhonda, Darla, Linda has some ambassadors underneath her as well, and Callie, and I'm probably missing a whole bunch. But that's what we're here for. We're here to help you guys learn to believe in yourself. And so if you do share this with somebody, you're not alone. You don't have to know all of the answers to everything. You can always message your upline. You can always look stuff up in the Plexus info group. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I don't know the answer to that question. That doesn't show that you are weak. It just shows that you don't know. And you know what? People actually respond really well to those people who will say, I don't know everything, but I would love to get you that answer. And so put that kind of in your pocket with your belief system too, is that you don't have to know everything in order to believe in yourself completely. You can just believe that, you know, I can achieve anything that I set my mind to, and we're here to give you the tools to do that. So Lisa's back with us. I think we've finished covering belief. Do you want to keep going with us? Is your internet going to hold out for us?
Where were you at?
I just talked about belief and talked a little bit about the numbers 1, 2, and 3 again, and how some people don't know. Some people don't know what their goals are, and they change really fast.
Okay. All right. What happened was exactly what I didn't want to happen, because it's really, really windy here today. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with your why. Some people think it's kind of cheesy to find out what your why is, but really it is kind of the foundation of what starts your business. And you have to find, whether that's, you know, Did you join for your health? Did you want to get healthy? Did you want to build a business? Did you want financial freedom? What is your why? And it will change as you go along in your business and your journey, and that is totally okay. Whys change all the time. It's really, really important. Just write that down somewhere where you see it. And you know, when you hit those obstacles in your journey, which you will, everybody does, and that's totally okay. Your why will get you over those obstacles, around them, however, just to move forward. So it's really, really important to have your why. Next is your goals. You know, there's a bunch of Facebook pictures floating around saying, it's like, you know, if your goals aren't big enough to scare you, they should be. You should make goals that are big enough to scare you. Even if you don't meet those goals, you should always strive for that. But if you don't meet those goals, but that's totally okay. Just have a really big goal, break it down into smaller goals, and just, you know, keep going one goal at a time. That'll get you to your big goal. So goals are really important. I know there's a lot of people like myself. I struggle with this time management and stuff like that, right? It's just like my goal should be just to do little things every day, just to get to my big goal of just, you know, being super mom or something. But goals in life, goals in your business are very, very important. And just because you don't meet a goal that's totally okay. Just, you know, reset your goals. And next, I believe, Plexus being what I would say ground floor opportunity. Janelle has an amazing way of describing what this means. Like, this opportunity is just amazing, and I'm just going to hand it over to her now.
I think that's me. Okay. So when we talk about Plexus being a ground floor company, I hope that we all kind of understand what that means. That means that they're just getting going and they're starting to pick up a large amount of momentum, especially for those of us who live up in Canada, because it really hasn't been around here for very long. I was talking to Lisa today, and we had this conversation, and I said, you know, what would you rather be? Would you rather be in a company that may have some issues, some bumps in the road that they're working on, and are really, really honest about the struggles that they're having, and compensate the associates well for, like Plexus is doing? You know, we know that we've had some problems with shipping and those types of things, and Plexus has rewarded us well with the 15% off just this last month, and then the 25% off in January, or I guess it was February. Anyway, or would you rather be involved with a company that had no bumps in the road, and there was an ambassador on every corner, you knew at least one person in every family who had one, the market was saturated, okay? So your choice is between a company that's just up and coming, that might have a couple bumps in the road, but has so much room for people to grow and to share with other people, or would you rather have the other company that has relatively minimal bumps, but there's nowhere to grow, okay? So with Plexus, what's happening right now is that, yeah, we are experiencing some of those bumps in the road, but be patient. Patience, what is that verse? Patience brings perseverance. And I just really do believe that if you persevere through this with us in Plexus, you guys will be able to say years down the road, boy, do you remember that time in Plexus when we used to have such bad shipping issues and they wouldn't get to a P.O. box, or your upline ambassador had to do some looking for you? Do you remember that? That's like ancient history, and now, you know, this is where people are at, because we have so much space in this company to grow. We are honestly ground floor. And so I am so encouraged by that. I would rather myself ride out those bumps and be part of the changing force of it and find myself very successful in my business later, than join something later and have a hard time finding success. There's a very successful company that I was a part of a long time ago, and I have a dear friend who's been involved in it from the beginning that it was in Canada. And at the beginning, she would go to parties and she would have the catalog, and the merchandise in the catalog, about 50% of it was unavailable. And then another half of what was still there was back ordered. And so when she'd get her box of stuff for her customers, and she'd be going through, and most of it would be missing. And she stuck through it, And this company is amazing, and it's going through some amazing changes right now, and it's going to be great too. So just take heart, be patient, help to be, you know, that quote, be the change you wish to see in the world. Let's give some patience the benefit of the doubt, and just hold on, because this is going good places, you guys. So, yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Okay. Given the fact that, you know, Plexus is ground floor, it's still ground floor actually in the US, and it's definitely, it's like, wow, you can, it's like the beginning in Canada, absolute beginning. So why is Plexus different? There are so many reasons. There's other people who have come from different direct sales companies and just are so weird, skeptical to the nines, and that is totally understandable, because the reason why Plexus is different is because we are not focused on volume. We are not focused on the sell, get that volume into the thousands and 10,000s and stuff like that, right? We can literally go to the very top of this company with each person on our team ordering their own personal products. Basically, a triplex combo a month is what qualifies you for commissions, and that goes for your whole entire team. Getting paid commissions on the volume, if you have like a high PV going through your account every month, that is simply like an awesome bonus. That has nothing to do with our rank ups. The only way we rank up is if our team members are qualified for commissions, if they order their own personal products every month. That is kind of unheard of. And when I hear, and I've heard it many, many, many times, people come into Plexus saying, it's like, I swore I would never, ever go into another network marketing company again. And they were really serious about that. But when they saw how Plexus's compensation plan was done up, and it's just crazy. They're like, you know what, I wasn't even planning on selling at all. They joined for wholesale price just to get theirs for cheaper, and their friends started noticing, and they just, you know, felt so well that they just started sharing, and all of a sudden they're, you know, people are ordering through them, and they just starting to get paid, right? That's the thing. That is the biggest thing where Plexus is completely different, is that you can go to the top with just your team ordering their personal products. It is not about volume. That is just simply just an awesome bonus that we get paid commissions on that. Now, when your friends hear that you have joined an MLM company, multi-level marketing, it is a great business model. And I know there's some, can't think of his name right now. Janelle, can you help me out with that?
Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey, yes. He says that, you know, like, if you're looking to join a company, make sure it has like a low sign-up fee. $34.95 with Plexus is really, really cheap. Make sure that you don't have to stock your whole garage with all kinds of products or whatever. That is like taking up a large portion of your money, or just like you have to invest into a company like that. Like, we have everything online. We have our website, we have our shipping, we have customer service, and all of that is there for us. And we don't have to stock any of it. We don't have to sell stock. All we have to do is just share with others. And it's so, so amazing that is the way Plexus is set up. It is literally, I know it sounds, I don't, it's been said a lot of times, Plexus is network marketing the way it should be done. The way it could be done and should be done, something like that. Anyways, when your friends hear that you've joined Plexus, have you had them say, oh boy, that's totally scary. Like, do you know what you're getting into? Like, please be careful, right? A lot of people will just, you know, outright say, you know what, she's joined a scheme or whatever. But here's the difference between MLM and a scheme. Multi-level marketing, direct sales, what have you, as long as there's product involved, it is not a scheme. Like, a pyramid scheme is what people will just the general idea of anything direct sales, anything you sign up for is just a pyramid scheme. It is absolutely not. A pyramid scheme is different in a sense that only money is exchanged to the higher ones or whatever, and nobody will ever see that money back or whatever. That is a pyramid scheme. It does not involve any products, direct sales, multi-level marketing. They have products involved, so therefore it can't be a scam, because you're actually getting what you're paying for. So when somebody tries to tell you that you're in a pyramid scheme, tell them that, because you are getting what you're paying for, and there is products involved.
Lisa, I always tell people that when they say that they're in a pyramid, that it's a pyramid scheme, I said, well, then so is McDonald's. Because
Exactly.
McDonald's has an owner and slash manager, and then they've got a couple assistant managers, and then they probably have a couple shift managers, and then key holders, people who open the store, and then they've got cooks, and they've got people who run the till and people who clean, and all of those people answer to people above them, and they're all getting a higher pay grade. And so for people to understand, and people that understand that a pyramid model, just because it looks like a pyramid, does not mean that it's a bad thing, right? They just think pyramid scheme, right?
For sure. And that's another thing. Like, I had a little run-in in my local Walmart with a lady who he told me we got to talking about how we love spring, and she's like, well, I don't love it that much because she gets, horrible seasonal allergies. I'm like, oh my goodness, my husband and my son had really bad allergies, and we've been taking this amazing probiotic, and it's just kind of, they're so much better. There's no sneezing, watery eyes anymore. And instantly when she figured out that it was network marketing, she's like, not interested. Why do people have to get rich off of the product, right? So she would have rather, this is the way people think. I have amazing products, but their mindset is they will not buy it from me, but they would instantly buy it off of a Walmart shelf. It's their mindset. If somebody says no to you because they don't want to buy through you just for that fact, that's totally okay. They're just not understanding what network marketing actually is. So yeah, there is those people who would just buy that product straight off the Walmart shelf and just help the CEO of that company buy his next yacht or his next vacation home, instead of supporting a mom who is, wanting to pay for piano lessons, dance, swim, whatever bills, mortgage payments, something like that, right? So it is, a lot of people, they just don't know the facts about what network marketing is, or they've had a really bad experience, and that is where Plexus is completely different. So I was going to end this, unless you have something else to say, Janelle. Any thoughts? I want to challenge you within this next week to do something that is hard for you, something that scares you a little bit. And it doesn't even have to be Plexus related. It's something that you've wanted to do. Have you wanted to learn to play guitar? Are you scared of that? Have you wanted to share Plexus and how good you're feeling, or just you have this one person on your mind? Have you wanted to share with them? Have you been scared to do that? Anything in your life or in your Plexus business, if you are scared to do it, if you're kind of like, oh, I don't know what they're going to think of me, or just anything, I challenge you to do it this weekend. I'm going to do the same thing. I was at a women's conference this last Wednesday, and they said, just do it. Even if you do it badly, just do it, because nobody, I guarantee you, unless you're some kind of genius or whatever, if you pick up a guitar and you've never played before, it's not going to sound pretty, right? So I really want you guys to do one thing and just do it scared. Do it badly, but just do it. It's totally okay. So I want you to message your upline what you did and why it scared you, and just that you did it. You don't even have to tell them the outcome. You can if you want. But I really want you to do that one thing this week and see what happens, because I posted this video a while back, and it was of an old man. He was talking about how crabs grow. A crab will grow until it gets uncomfortable and tight shell, and it has to climb out of the shell and go, then it grows a new shell or whatever. But we'll never, ever grow in our comfortable, put our feet up by the fireplace and just kind of warm them there. Growth always happens when we get uncomfortable, whether that's in your spiritual life, in your business, or in general. We do not grow when there's no pressure put on us. Then we're just like, smooth sailing, and we live, we pay bills, we die, kind of thing. But yeah, is there any other thoughts that you want to sneak in there, Janelle?
I don't think so. Other than that, I have been so impressed with you ladies on the team who are sharing the product with everybody, and those of you that are totally crawling out of your comfort shell. Yeah, I'm just so proud of you guys. So keep it up and remember social media is your friend and do some posting. And if you want to grow even further, just give your upline a message and we'd love to help you out wherever you are.
All right. And I'll add to that, like three-way chats is another thing. If you have somebody that is interested in the product and you're not sure how to talk to them, to answer them with their questions, so just say, hey, you know, can I just get my sponsor in on this chat and we'll just, you know, answer the questions together. Do not underestimate the power of three-way chats. They are so effective. I've heard countless of stories where it just is the turning point of somebody, whether they're going to order or whether they're going to join. Just like to have that third-party validation just to help out and stuff like that. So if there is something that you guys need and you have somebody interested, and just regardless, if you have questions, get in a three-way chat, get in a message with your upline, and just take advantage of everything, because we are here to help you and we hope you guys feel the same way. So I am going to apologize for cutting out there, so hopefully it still was a pretty decent call. So awesome. Well, you guys have an amazing night and thank you for joining us. Bye.